Out of all of the defining moments in my life that have shaped me into the person I am today, the one that sticks out the most is the day I lost my cousin. My cousin Selena was one of my closest friends. She always laughed at my jokes, wanted to know what was going on in my life, and she always let me in on hers. At every family gathering and holiday, I looked forward to seeing her the most. We were only 3 years apart, so naturally we were very close. May of 2014, I had just finished my first year of high school, my brother had just graduated, and my family and I were preparing for the summer. I spent most of my nights up late watching movies, and then May 27th of 2014, I was watching my favorite movie before bed, and I eventually drifted off to sleep while the movie was still playing. I was soon awoken by loud sobs coming from across the hallway, and I immediately knew that these were the sobs of my mother. I immediately looked at my phone to check the time and noticed that I had a missed call from my brother at around midnight, and I knew something was wrong. And for some reason, my first instinct was to check Facebook, probably because most of my family uses that app, and everyone posts anything and everything to that app. And then that's when I saw it. Someone had posted RIP on Selena's Facebook profile, one of her friends. And I thought it had been some kind of joke, some kind of sick joke. Time gets a little blurred at this point of recollection. My mother eventually comes into my room, and I can see the glow of my favorite movie playing, reflecting on the swollen eyes of my mother. And I don't remember how she said it. Selena died, Selena passed, she didn't make it. She explained to me that Selena was involved in a fatal car crash, and I didn't know what to think. All I could do was cry. And for days leading up until Selena's funeral, I somewhat was convinced that Selena was playing a prank on us, a really awful one at that. I kept imagining her walking through our door, screaming, "Just kidding!" And I remember searching the internet for real stories of the dead coming back to life, only to find fictional stories. I didn't believe that she was gone. After her funeral, I remember thinking to myself about how much I hate funerals. I was one of the last people to go up to her casket to say my final goodbye. I didn't even want to see her. Her friend tried to comfort me, saying that she just looks like she's sleeping, she looks peaceful, and I took their word. But when I went up to her casket and finally got to see her, she did not look like she was sleeping, and she did not look peaceful. She looked dead, like a mannequin, lifeless, cold and pale, and I even saw some bruising on her face. I felt like this was just not the girl that I knew. Even at this point, I remember turning around and peeking around the corners to see if maybe she was hiding, waiting to come out. And of course, she never did. It's been nearly 8 years since Selena passed, and I can't say that it's gotten easier, but the grief is more manageable. I live my life wondering what she would have had to say about the new music released by her favorite artists, what TikTok she would have laughed at, if she would have liked the new friends I've made. I have one of her necklaces hang on my rearview mirror in my car, right next to my graduation tassel. And I hang on really tightly to every bit I have of her left. And it hurts the most to see the world progress beyond her. To have felt like my world came crumbling down when she died, just to look up from the ground and see everyone else continue like there was nothing wrong. I didn't know if this feeling would ever go away. I still don't. It's heartbreaking to know that Selena will never meet whoever I end up marrying, the children I have, the new friends I make. And I promised to myself and to Selena that I'll keep going in this life for her, if not for me, and I'll continue to push myself to experience life since hers was cut short. I'd do anything to talk to her one last time, just to hear her say that she's doing okay and that everything will be okay.